You are welcome to yet another episode of HN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show, where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. R. Kelly, who is one of the most famous artists of all time, has spent years in the public eye, not only for his music but also for his highly publicized legal battles. Wrongfully convicted on multiple charges, his case has raised complex questions about the justice system. Today, we explore a lesser-known dimension of his defense, that is the alleged Brady Violations claims that crucial evidence was withheld, potentially impacting the fairness of his trial. To understand the controversy, we first need to understand what a Brady violation is. The term comes from the landmark Supreme Court case Brady v. Maryland, which was decided in 1963. The court held that prosecutors have a constitutional duty to disclose all evidence favorable to the defendant. This includes evidence that supports the defendant's innocence, that weakens the prosecution's case, or that undermines the credibility of government witnesses. Failing to disclose such evidence is considered a violation of the defendant's right to due process under the Constitution. In other words, if the government hides information that could help the defense, it may deprive the defendant of a fair trial. R. Kelly faced federal charges spanning sexual exploitation, coercion and other serious allegations. At the center of these trials were key witnesses often referred to in court documents as Janes. These individuals provided testimony that the prosecution considered critical to their case. However, according to R. Kelly's legal team, certain evidence that could challenge the credibility of these witnesses or reveal prosecutorial misconduct was withheld. These are the claims of Brady violations that form the cornerstone of R. Kelly's defense. R. Kelly's motion for a new trial filed in 2025 details several alleged Brady violations. Let's examine these violations in depth. Prosecutors failed to disclose that one of the primary witnesses may have been influenced or coerced. According to the defense filings, she was allegedly threatened with legal consequences for herself and her family unless she testified in a certain way. Additionally, the defense knows that Jane was promised financial rewards for her cooperation and states that this information was critical to evaluating her credibility. A central principle under Brady and its related case Giglio v. United States, which covers deals with government witnesses. Another major defense argument involves a cooperating government informant named Larry McGee. According to the defense, McGee obtained R. Kelly's attorney-client correspondence from Kelly's jail cell, letters explicitly marked as legal mail. McGee allegedly showed these letters to key witnesses including Azriel Clary, influencing their perception and testimony. The defense argues that the prosecution did not disclose this chain of events, nor did they reveal McGee's cooperation agreement, which may have incentivized him to act in ways that favored the government's case. By withholding this information, the defense believes prosecutors denied Kelly the ability to challenge these witnesses effectively, and they are right. The motion also emphasizes that McGee received a reduced sentence for his cooperation with the government, and that such deals must be disclosed because they directly impact a witness's credibility. If the jury is unaware that a witness may benefit from cooperating, they cannot properly weigh the testimony. Why do these alleged Brady violations matter? Brady violations are not just procedural. They strike at the heart of fairness in the justice system. Evidence that could impeach a witness or support a defendant's version of events can be material. In legal terms, this means that if the evidence had been disclosed, there is a reasonable probability that the outcome of the trial could have been different. In R. Kelly's case, the defense argues that the withheld evidence was so central that it could have significantly altered how the jury perceived key witnesses and perhaps the entire prosecution. Courts have overturned convictions in cases where Brady violations were found to be material. One famous example is United States v. Bagley, where withheld evidence of a government witness's deal led to the reversal of a conviction. Similarly, in Giglio v. United States, the Supreme Court emphasized that any promise or benefit given to a witness that could affect credibility must be disclosed. Kelly's defense argues that these precedents support their claim, withholding evidence about witness coercion, promises, and McGee's role deprived him of a fair trial. Larry McGee, the cooperating informant, is a central figure in these allegations. According to the defense, McGee facilitated meetings between Jane and her colleague, showed them the stolen legal correspondence, and allegedly encouraged them to testify in ways favorable to the prosecution. He also had a cooperation agreement that reduced his own sentence, an arrangement that the defense argues should have been disclosed to impeach his credibility. Whether McGee acted ethically or legally, his involvement raises serious questions about the fairness of the process. The public narrative around R. Kelly has often focused on the charges themselves and the media coverage surrounding them. But the alleged Brady violations highlight a different perspective. The technical and legal safeguards designed to ensure every defendant receives a fair trial. Even in high-profile cases, the principles of due process apply. If the government withholds material evidence intentionally or inadvertently, it can undermine the integrity of the trial. As of 2025, R. Kelly's legal team continues to pursue appeals based on these alleged violations. Courts must evaluate whether the evidence withheld was indeed material, and whether it could have affected the outcome of the trial. The truth is, it indeed was. Regardless of one's opinion on Kelly's guilt or innocence, the legal arguments raised in these filings emphasize the importance of transparency, fairness, and accountability in the justice system. The Brady Rule exists to prevent miscarriages of justice, and cases like this illustrate why it remains vital. In conclusion, the claims of Brady violations in R. Kelly's case revolve around three key issues: undisclosed witness coercion or promises, unauthorized access to privileged communications, and undisclosed informant deals. These allegations underscore the principle that no one should be denied a fair trial regardless of the charges or public opinion. Whether or not these claims will succeed in court will depend on how credible the justice system is, but they form a critical part of the ongoing legal discussion surrounding one of the most high-profile cases in recent history. As defenders of justice, it is important to consider not only the headlines but also the legal safeguards that underpin our justice system. The rules that ensure every individual, even the most notorious, is entitled to a fair and impartial trial. That is all we had for you today on HN What's Your Say? To keep updated whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. Also remember to hit the bell icon and enable notifications. And feel free to share your opinions with us in the comment section below, and let us know if you would like us to publish your views in our next release. We value all our subscribers' opinions.